Hello fellow girly pops and Merry Christmas! Today I wanted to give you a little bit of a tutorial on how to build a huge Christmas tree. So whether you're spending Christmas by yourself or whether you're spending it with family and friends, at least today we can do something and build something in Minecraft that is in the holiday spirit. Let's just use these three because they have different textures and I think that might look nice. So let's go ahead and just start right now with building the structure. I want this to come over a little bit. Oh, where did you come from? Sir, move. Jeez. And so we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go away. I'm so sorry, sir. Basically, we're just going to make a cross of 5 so we can have our nice little setup here and figure out where exactly we want everything to be. So now I'm going to come out a little bit by 3. Because this will basically help us figure out where we're going to place all of the initial wood. If we have, it's funny because it looks like a snowflake too. Look at that, we built a little snowflake. Now we have our center. Center, center, center. Center, center, center. We're basically just going to fill all of this in. Okay, so now we're going to have a very big looking snowflake up here. But at least now we have a nice basis for a natural looking tree. And then we can kind of just start to build up. So I like to start to build up from the base here. Like I said, I'm kind of just going to wing it for this right now. I'm not looking at any guide. I'm just kind of using my head and see where I want things to look. For now, we're just going to keep building up. We'll figure out the bottom once we get to it. But for now, we're just building our trunk of our tree. Okay, we can keep going up a little more. So now we're just going to keep going with our square. We're not going to keep building up the side layers. We're just going to keep going upwards. I do want this to stand out from all these other trees and be a lot taller. So we're going to go up a couple more layers. And this will be our last square layer. And then from here, we'll go up and cut a layer out. Go up here a couple times. Okay. There we go. We're getting somewhere. And we're going to go up here. A couple more layers, about 3, I'd say. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Again, I'm just kind of eyeballing it here. And then I'm just going to go up like this. Here. And then a couple of these will come up. Not all of them. Right? Because I don't want them to all be perfectly even though I kind of accidentally just did that. I have a really bad habit of making things super symmetrical. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here, where now I'm going to take these pieces. Some of them will come up further, some of them won't. See, like that. There we go. And now from the trunk down here, we can bring a couple of these up, keep a couple of them low. Couple of them up, couple of them low. And just play around with the base here so they kind of look like roots. And then what we'll start doing before we even add the leaves on. Okay, I'm so sorry, cow. Run away from me, please. You don't want to be near me, I promise. What we're gonna do, oh my god, help. So sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, but you cannot be here. You're gonna make me ruin my tree. Oh, look what you've done. Look what you've done. I'm so sorry. Anyway, let's keep going. So we're going to take dark oak because the dark oak actually matches the outside here. So we're going to take dark oak stairs with our spruce wood blocks. Fences down here. We're going to start to even this out a little bit. okay? Because we want this to really feel like the roots of a tree, okay? So this is going to be very much like to your own interpretation. These are always, you're going to kind of just have to play around with it and see what works and what doesn't. This is something that once you get to a certain point, you might end up changing it a bunch. I know I tend to do that a lot. I think like one of the most important things to remember with anything with Minecraft especially is that you just really want to do everything randomly, if that makes sense. Like I think when you start to overthink too much about how things look, they start to get a little funky looking. So just really try different things. Some of it'll work, some of it won't. For this too, also totally forgot, we want to use some slabs. I always forget about slabs, so fill this in where it looks like the roots are actually connecting. Otherwise it's going to look a little awkward. I also like the idea of using fencing too. The only thing that sucks about fencing is that you can't put it on snow caps. I wonder if you could put it on deep snow. Oh, can you? Hold on, snow. I wonder if I can put it on a snow block. I've never tried. So sometimes a little bit of this is going to be me learning. Yes, I also do have a mod that makes my fences look a little differently. I cannot remember what mod it is. I'm so sorry. The thing about adding fencing in here, which is something that not everybody, I guess... Okay, wait, no. The way I was going to say that makes it sound very like, other people don't think this way, but I do because I'm smart. That's not what I'm saying. It can look like branches. What I was going to say is that I feel like it's not always, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, baby. Oh my god. Okay, so this is my son. We're going to just have him sit down with us. Come this way. It's like he knew. He's gonna sit there and watch us. You know what? Let's just start adding leaves on this bitch. So I'm gonna take fencing and bring it all the way up to the tip because how big do I want this tree, right? It's the Empire State Building. Bring this up more. And then bring these up even more because I want the tip of our tree to come up very high to a nice little point. So now up here, I'm going to grab our mangrove leaves, knowing that that is where I want the big tip of our tree to be. We want our base to probably come out around here. Maybe even, yeah, I feel like that could be. So like right now what I'm going to do is try and figure out. So that's 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay, so then from here, I'm going to try and connect around the edges. So let's pull it out 2 more on each side. So we'll do 2, 2, 2, and 2. And then we'll just fill these in. We will round this out as we go. So if you wanted it to be more, you know, diamond shaped like I had before, then just do the same number I did before. But if you want it to be a little more rounded, usually what I've been doing is I've been going like 5. So leaving like 2 at the end of each side. And then from those 5, bringing it out even more. And then I get to the edge and I make them a little less harsh. And then I bring out the middle 3. And I just keep doing that until I get a little bit more of a round shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then again, we have 2 on each side. And then from here, I'll go 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go in a little bit, in a little bit, in a little bit, in a little bit. So we have our edge here. I'm going to add 2 like that, just so we have it. I'm going to go in 1, in 1. So I want to have like one little edge around. So this is where I'm going to be a little more exact. I want to keep it where I have just one layer on the outside of every block. So like this. So I always have one block below it on the outside. I will take any edges in. So like to me, that didn't look right. So I'm going to fix that. Let's go 1 up and 1 to the side. And then from here, I'll build in. I want to keep mine hollow because what I'm going to end up doing is putting lights inside of it. And you'll see because it'll glow. But for now, we're just going to do this. We'll do all those glowing things last. And then we can fill in as we go at the end. But for now, I'm going to keep it hollow. Every layer is going to be 2 high instead of 1 high. I'm going to speed this up so you can get an idea of what I'm saying here. So as we approach the top, this is where it's kind of your job to get a little more creative with it, because this is where we obviously don't want it to be super symmetrical, like I said. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start from the top, and I'm going to build a straight line going down so I can figure out how I want the top to meet our base here. Obviously, we're gonna have to make some adjustments, right? From up here, I'm gonna start to make this a little more sparse. I also do have the Better Leaves mod. I think it makes the leaves look so much prettier. You'll see it's already starting to take shape up here. You wanna kind of think of it like you're a landscaper almost, like you're shaving down a bush. Not to, you guys know what I mean, you know? We're shaving down our Christmas bush, okay? Let's take some frog lights, because these are gonna be really great ornaments for us. Shroom lights or end rods. Again, I am playing modded, but I'm only grabbing items that aren't modded, so that way you guys can still use it as well. This is basically where we're going to start placing things very randomly. Try and place them far enough away from each other where it doesn't feel too symmetrical, but you still want it to feel natural. And with these big blocks, we're going to kind of just go one by one. When I say one by one, I mean like side by side. Like this side, and then the next side, and the next side, okay? So again, fill this in. Oops. Try to really spread them out a little bit as we get to the top. Just, oops, that one was a little too far away. We're just gonna go to the top like this. So you'll see what I mean. Oh my gosh, I accidentally made a star already with this, which is perfect. Like I actually made a star shape by accident, which is perfect because that's where I want the star to be. We're gonna start here. We're gonna place a light on each side of our fence. 1, 2, 3, 4. Break your fence. Place a light in the middle and on top. Break the fence below and place another light. And that is your star. You can also do this with end rods if you want to make the star feel a little brighter. I think it kind of gives you like that New Year's Eve ball drop feel. So I will be using the end rods for this. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up while I place these ornaments around the tree. If you want something like as a really basic Christmas tree, this is perfectly fine. But if you're looking for a way to dress it up a little more, because maybe you want something a little more extravagant, I'm going to grab a gate, a mangrove gate, and fence. So from here, what you can do to kind of emulate Garland, you can put some fences around the tree. I don't recommend connecting them like this because you're going to start to get a bit of a weird edge feeling here. So I would recommend connecting some, but not all. So now you'll see this kind of gives off that feel of Garland. Now, obviously with this, you're going to have to play around with it a little bit, because if you want something that, you know, kind of swivels up and down, you're gonna have to play around with a ton. But I do recommend having at least one at the bottom like this. Is from the base, you can now start hanging stuff underneath the tree. If you find a different way to do it, like maybe if you don't decide to use fences, you decide to use something else, and you think it works better, let me know in the comments, because I am more than happy to try it out. But now I'm gonna go around, I'm gonna speed this up, and I'm gonna start placing my garland. And now that your garland is done, again, if you want to leave it here, you totally can. You don't have to keep going. I just like to give you guys more and more ways to even dress it up more. If you really want to light this up, you can come down here, and this is where we're going to work on the base of the tree. This is where I think I'm going to use our copper lanterns for this. I'm going to start kind of placing these around the edge of the tree. I'm probably going to skip 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2, skip, skip 2. You can also place some of these lanterns throughout your tree. In our tree, placing shroom lights and closing it up. You can also place them closer to the surface if you'd like. So in here, what I would probably do is this. So I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, corners, right here. So that way everything here kind of connects at the base. So it's enough of a glow where it actually doesn't like look crazy. So let's grab some red wool and some white wool, and we're gonna go ahead and build out a Christmas tree skirt. So again, You don't have to do this, but if you decide you want to, you can. We're also going to grab carpeting. I'm going to start placing around the outside. Again, filling this in. I know we worked very hard on this. You don't, it's okay. It's okay. We can let it go. We can also take, again, our mangrove stairs to kind of mix in. And we can also take our mangrove blocks to, again, mix in what we're doing. So we can replace this, see? So we can still use the same setup, but now it's just gonna look more like a Christmas tree skirt. I also like using the mangrove because I do feel like it gives a little bit of like variation in the color of the Christmas tree skirt. So let's do this. We can also take some carpet and stack it just a little bit to give a little more variation. Let's take pale oak steps as well, so we can kind of play around. We'll take slabs. I want it to look like it has a lip, you know? We're gonna make all of these planks around the edges so it looks like they're lifted. So now let's take a look at it from far away. See, look, now we have a little Christmas tree skirt. And you can pretty much stop here. I feel like this is like a nice little setup here. Now, personally, I think it's a little dark under there, but let's see what it looks like at night. Oh my god, with the aurora borealis, look how beautiful this looks. And this is how you're gonna make the perfect Christmas tree. I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas if you celebrate. If you don't, happy holidays, and I hope you have a happy, safe, healthy end to 2025, and I'll see you guys again in 2026.